Ah, the waifu. To some, a mere frivolity. To me, a mirror of power, ambition, and yes, allure. Each of these ladies holds a quality I admire. Strength, individuality, and the kind of presence that can stop a man dead in his tracks. Before we dive into the list, let me make one thing perfectly clear. This is not a list for the faint of heart. No, this is a list built on power, presence, and let's not sugarcoat it, tits and ass. You can call it shallow if you want, but we both know that sex sells, power seduces, and sometimes those qualities come wrapped in a fine, curvaceous package. But it's more than just curves and cleavage. I'm not some simpleton who's distracted by a little skin. No. I'm looking for women who embody power in every sense of the word. Women who understand the weight of a gaze, the gravity of their presence. Women who know that beauty is not just a tool, but a weapon. And when it comes down to it, power is what we're all after, isn't it? Whether it's on the battlefield, in the boardroom, or hell, even in the bedroom. You could say I'm a man who appreciates a good figure, but I'm also a man who knows how to use those figures to his advantage. So, if you think this list is only about aesthetics, well, you're not wrong, but you're also not entirely right. Now, before I present my definitive rankings, let's take a moment to consider a few honorable mentions. They didn't quite make it to the top, but they still deserve a seat at the table. Tifa Lockhart, Final Fantasy VII. Let's talk about power. Tifa's got it in spades. She's got the muscle, the poise, and oh, those thighs. Every bit as capable of taking you down as they are of stealing your attention. Tifa's the kind of woman who can take you in a fist fight, then kiss you hard enough to make you forget your own name. I respect that. My second honorable mention, Waluigi. Yes, you heard me. Waluigi. If you want to talk about raw, untapped charisma, there's something undeniably magnetic about that lanky frame, that long, spindly posture. It's not conventional in any way, but power doesn't always come in a traditional form, does it? Waluigi is that wild card, that scrappy underdog who you don't take seriously until you do. There's a certain, how shall I put this, sexual frustration in his every move. Maybe it's the way he throws himself around the court, or maybe it's just that he knows how to work an audience. There's something undeniably seductive about the misunderstood. Finally, an honorable mention for GLaDOS from Portal. Now, let me tell you about GLaDOS. She's not your typical waifu, and maybe that's what makes her so irresistible. There's a cold, almost sexual pleasure she derives from watching you struggle, watching you try to outsmart her, only to fail every time. Her presence, imposing, her intellect, unmatched. And let's not forget her subtle, yet somehow intimate, insults. She's a woman who knows how to break you down while pretending to build you up. A dangerous, seductive game. And now, let's get on to the real list. The women who deserve the title of true waifu. The ones who stand above the rest, who not only have power, but know how to use it. Shall we? At number 10, I have Miss Pac-Man. Don't scoff. There's an energy to Miss Pac-Man that few can match. Her appetite, unrestrained, unapologetic, speaks to a woman who knows what she wants and takes it without hesitation. And those lips? Oh, they're iconic, ripe with potential for whispers and promises unspoken. Number 9, Diva from Overwatch. Diva is the fusion of youth and authority, a national icon turned gamer, turned mech pilot. Now that's ambition. Her slender figure is draped in neon spandex, her face framed by those mischievous pink streaks. She's a brand, a movement, and a fantasy all in one. She knows she's being watched, and she revels in it. Number 8. Edelgard von Resfelg from Fire Emblem Three Houses. Edelgard is a ruler who does not beg, borrow, or plead. She takes. That snowy white hair falling over her scarlet armor is a visual symphony. Her voice carries the weight of her convictions, and when she stares you down, it feels less like a gaze and more like a challenge. Her figure, wrapped in imperial regalia, is both imposing and tantalizing. She doesn't seduce, she overthrows. Number 7. Ada Wong, Resident Evil. Ada is the femme fatale who thrives in chaos. That red dress clings to her like a secret, her every step a calculated move in a game only she understands. She's a spy, a ghost, a mirage. And those legs, perfectly sculpted, seem almost designed to ensnare. She's not just sexy, she's dangerous. In politics, you'd kill to have her as your ally or your rival. At number 6, I have Quiet. Metal Gear Solid 5, The Phantom Pain, Kojima's masterpiece, Quiet. Her body is an instrument, her silence a weapon. She moves like a whisper, every inch of her a study in precision. Her bikini-clad figure is unashamed, unapologetic. Quiet doesn't hide what she is. She doesn't have to. She's the kind of woman who could unseat a senator with a glance and a well-timed pause. Number 5. Rosalina, Super Mario Galaxy. Ah, the celestial princess. Rosalina floats above the petty squabbles of the Mushroom Kingdom, a cosmic beauty who exudes both grace and mystery. Her cascading hair, her long, elegant figure, wrapped in a gown that shimmers like starlight. She's untouchable, yet irresistible. She's not just a princess, she's a goddess. Number 4, Bayonetta. You knew this was coming, didn't you? Bayonetta is quite literally a dominatrix of the highest order. Those legs, those glasses, that wild mane of hair, all tools in her arsenal. She bends reality and her body to her will. Watching her in action is like watching a master politician at work. Every movement is deliberate, every outcome inevitable. Number 3, Lara Croft, Tomb Raider. Lara is a sculpted masterpiece of determination and desire. Her toned arms, her trim waist, huge breasts, and those sharp, piercing eyes. She's the adventurer who could disarm you with a smile and dismantle you with a single word.
No.
Lara's body isn't just beautiful, it's a testament to the pursuit of excellence. At number 2, I have Morrigan Ensland from Darkstalkers. Ah, Morrigan. Now we're talking about real power. She's a demon, a succubus, whatever you want to call her, but here's what really matters. She knows how to use every inch of her body to control you. And let's be clear, that's exactly what she does. Every step she takes, every little movement, is a calculated act of seduction. The way her wings unfurl, the way her body sways. She doesn't just enter a room, she takes it. Morrigan commands attention like she owns the very air you breathe. And honestly, she does. Her beauty, undeniable. Her figure, perfectly sculpted. She walks into your world like she's the queen of it, and you're just some mere mortal, if you're lucky enough to be in her presence at all. So, yes, while you might think this is about her looks, or that wicked little grin she flashes, what really makes Morrigan number 2 on my list is that power. She could run the world if she wanted to. And trust me, you'd never get to her level, no matter how hard you tried. And finally, at number 1, I have Birdo, Super Mario Bros. 2. You may think this is a joke, but I assure you it is not. Birdo is an enigma, a statement, a revolution wrapped in pink scales. That gaping snout, daring, unapologetic, is a defiance of every convention. Her bow isn't just an accessory, it's a coronation. Birdo embodies a raw, untamed sexuality that transcends boundaries. Oh, she isn't here to please you, she exists for herself. And that is the ultimate power. In a world of imitators, Birdo stands alone. So there you have it. A list that might confuse the small-minded and enrapture the bold. But remember this, power, beauty, and desire are not simple things. They are layered, complex, and sometimes unsettling. Just like politics. Just like life. Just like me.